Hello, and welcome to another update video about FET. The FETCH.AI chart has shown a break above the initial breakout point that we discussed in the previous video. Here, this swing high. It actually did form a nice inverse head and shoulders pattern and did actually a textbook breakout. Yeah, so if we really take a look at microstructure, regardless of Elliott wave patterns, obviously we talked about this could be a wave 2 low here. But you have a nice inverse head and shoulders pattern, but that was the purpose of the green line anyway, to give you a potential breakout point. And then it actually did break out, did a retest here at this level at 220, and then we've seen a rally. Now that rally, wasn't too substantial, but from 220 all the way up to 240, and that was sort of intraday, quite nice to the trend line. Okay, so obviously from one breakout point to the next, because this is a possible trend line. Obviously, it's not very well defined. I don't use trend lines primarily in my analysis, but we have 3 touch points there now. And yeah, I mean, this would be the next possible breakout point. I can delete that trend line now. And let's go to the 1 hour chart, where we see a little bit more of the bigger picture. Obviously, for many of these coins, could be working on their third waves to the upside now. It's just too early to confirm it. I can't, but it's not about necessarily confirming. I know everybody wants confirmations, but it's not so much about confirmation in trading. It's more about identifying low risk, high reward setups. We did that, and this was the support zone. You can always pyramid in these support zones. That is what they are for. They are, of course, not financial advice, but they give you areas where, in my opinion, and we define these typically at the start of a correction, as soon as we get initial evidence that a correction is unfolding, well, this is where ideally the prices should turn around in the correction. And you can see how relevant this support area was. The price dipped into it and rallied, dipped into it, formed a higher low, and is now rallying. So it's possible, especially if we break above the trend line, that a third wave rally now to the upside is unfolding in yellow. That would be part of a larger degree fifth wave targeting $4.70 to $5 or maybe even more. But that would be sort of the next larger degree Fibonacci target. Yeah. And then there are some micro resistance levels along the way, but let's first see if the price can break out of the trend line. Obviously, at the moment, another bearish scenario remains on the radar, remains plausible. I don't think, though, it would necessarily be a wave 5 still. It could be something different. This might all morph into a very complex WXY structure. Okay, but let's just first see how high we go, because at the moment we could just say very simply, and that's just pure, just facts, okay? Focusing on what we see right now. And you don't need to understand Elliott waves for that. And some of you are new to Elliott wave. Some of you understand Elliott wave. Some of you aren't interested in the micro counting. You aren't interested in the technicals, but you want to know what's going on and clear scenarios. Well, see, there is one very, very clear scenario, which is highlighted here in yellow, which is the scenario where we could say it's bottomed, okay? And the only reason why I'm still cautious is because this is just a 3-wave corrective rally. So it doesn't give me, had this been a nice 5-wave move, fine, okay, but it's not. So, but the clear scenario is that as long as we're holding the Wednesday low at $1.86, the price should now rally in a third wave. It's very, very clear. And where should it get to? And that's the clear message here. Should get at least to the 1.38 extension. In the third wave, that's $3.60. And the fifth wave should get at least to $4, but probably could then stretch a bit higher to the ideal target range. So yeah, we talk about as long as this Wednesday low is holding, we should get at least next to 360. That's very, very clear statement. And that gives you clear reward and risk, but ideally it gets actually to $5 plus, okay, the larger degree target area. And that really should give you all that you need. And at the moment, though, what I can share with you is, please be aware that this is not high probability. It's also not low probability, but I'd rather say probabilities are fairly balanced on this chart. And a break above the trend line would likely lead to further upside momentum. That's my update about FET. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.